Literally next encounter, it was a Pikachu. Hello everyone, this is Valet Games. Thank you for joining me. Sorry, I'm a bit unprepared. I literally just ended the last video after looking for a Pikachu. And literally the next encounter. Oh my, are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, we're back. Let's try not to screw this one up. I can't believe that. As I was saying, this is Valet Games. Thank you everyone for joining me. Continuing on with our FireRed playthrough. Trying to snag this Pikachu before we go through this forest here. I'll give it one more Pokeball and then... Oh. Yeah, this Rattata's gone. I can actually chip away at it a little bit, hopefully. Do not murder it, please, Porgy. That would be very bad for me. Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Oh, oh my goodness. I almost screamed. No, I don't want to run. Ugh. That's the problem with having a joystick after it being designed for up, down, left, right inputs. I don't even want to risk it. Maybe I'll throw a bubble at him with Squirtle if he's not, See, he wanted to come with me. He was cooperative. I didn't even have to do anything. I already know what I'm gonna name him. I'm gonna name him after my dog. There we are. Okay, let's go get him. Alright, thank you everybody. Bit of an unconventional start. Sorry there. Bear with me here as we get rolling. Like I was saying, this is FireRed. We're just through not even that far, first like half hour. If this is the first video you're watching, you haven't missed too much so far. We got our starter Pokemon from Oak, we got our Pokedex, and then he sent us out into the world, so we are on our way through this forest after we go and grab our Pikachu, and Brock will be up next. That's who I am hoping to get to this video. I don't need to catch this. I'm gonna have one, but... I guess it never hurts to expand the collection, especially early on. Oh well. I need XP anyways. I'll take the experience, that works too. Can't wait to get my running shoes. Gotta make it past Brock first. So yeah, like I said, this was one of the first video games like I ever remember playing. The Game Boy Advance was one of my only systems for a long time, to where like we had a PlayStation 2 and then we had a PlayStation 3 and we had like a family computer and we had stuff like that, you know, that I could play on, but none of it was actually mine. Whereas the Game Boy Advance was like fully mine. All the games were mine, everything I got for it was mine. And I played a lot of this and Sapphire. And then I played some other stuff sprinkled in, like Mario 3 and the Donkey Kong one where you use the shoulder buttons as like his hands to grab. That was pretty fun. I remember liking that one. I didn't even get my Pikachu, did I? I went all the way back there and didn't get my Pikachu. Oh my goodness. Well, you live and you learn. I'm just gonna keep moving on. Oh, kill me now. Yeah, this was one of the first. Probably kickstarted the whole thing. True story, that Game Boy Advance, I actually, along with both my copies of Pokemon, when I was like 18, yeah, 18, first went to college, there's a girl I met that was like, I liked, who had a boyfriend, who supposedly, um, you know, was bad and she was gonna break up with him. I don't think she ever did, but long story short, I ended up lending her, or letting her borrow, right, my Game Boy and all the games, and then I think her boyfriend found out or something and like flipped. I don't know, or she straight up just yoinked it and stole it and decided she wanted it. But every couple years, I message her and go, "Hey, I'd really love that back. My dad got it for me before he went over to Iraq for the first time. I've got a lot of memories with that." Never any response. Oh, this is a trainer battle? Shoot. So I've bought myself my own Game Boy Advance and physical cartridges in the years since, but the specific one I grew up with that my dad got me before he went over to Iraq or Afghanistan for the first time, that one is gone. Gone like the wind. I still have the carrying case for it though. Or maybe I bought a new one of those too. I don't remember. Where was I going with that? Oh, the point of all that was I used to play it a ton. I used to have it all the way, well, had it all the way up until I was 18, my original ones. And when I was a kid and lived in Texas, I had a friend who was like a year older than me, grade older than me maybe, whose mom was a teacher. His name was Kyle. He was my my best friend growing up. And I remember, like, again, some of my early memories, like trading Pokemon with him. And I think I might have been a situation where like I had Leaf Green and he had Fire Red, and we went, "Yo, wanna trade?" Something like that. I think I remember getting one of my Pokemon games that way, but I remember picking up Sapphire, which means it was probably Fire Red that I had Leaf Green, and I wanted Fire Red, and he had Fire Red and wanted Leaf Green, and we did a swap-a-roo. So, easy come, easy go, I guess, but still sucks that those are just gone now. You live and you learn. What's crazy is, that's in, so imagine a map, you know, whatever state you live in. Imagine you're in the northern part of the state, and imagine that happens in college down in the southern part of the state. And then you move back to your northern part of the state and forget about it. Well, obviously you don't forget about it, or else I wouldn't still be bringing it up, but you move on, right? Then, you know, flash forward however many years, before I met my girlfriend, we met on Tinder. Now, scrolling on Tinder, I saw her. She had just moved to the area, like within a half hour of where I was. I wanted to send a message and be like, yo, can I get my fucking Game Boy back now? But, I didn't even. I think like the next day I matched with my girlfriend and deleted the app. And I was like, oh, I remember you from high school. And she was like, oh, I remember you from high school. We were like, perfect. Predator meme handshake. Okay, I need to do some rearranging in between the talking here. There we go. I might be little, but I won't give up easy. What did he say? I don't even know. That's how little he is. How little he matters. But it's... God, I need a better setup. I have the microphone on the shoulder of my girlfriend's gaming chair, which is already about only a foot off the ground. And then I'm leaning halfway over trying to speak into the mic without spinning around and tipping over, and then trying to put my legs somewhere as I sit in front of the TV. What you gonna do until we get a bigger space? Kind of nothing you can do about it. There's only so much rearranging. The bed's got to go somewhere, you know. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. That's why I brought up Pokemon Wind and Waves in the first place. I don't know if I've said it. Maybe I did say it in the first video. But it seems like they're fully splitting it up to where they're going to be Pokemon Champions or whatever it is will be purely for the competitive fan base. And then Pokemon Legends is where they'll like try out new ideas to see if people like it or not. And then when their mainline like Wind and Waves is where it's all gonna, you know, they'll bring it together and hopefully make a real game, as opposed to just throwing it all, you know, in the bowl like I was talking about. And then going, well, people also want competitive, so let's work on that. People also want their favorite Pokemon, so let's work on that. Now they have, hopefully, different teams working on those areas, and then like a specific game team that's like, how do we make a game, right? Not how do we make an online battle, how do we make trading, how do we make a collectathon, how do we make a game? You have all your other teams that work on that stuff now. I'm hoping that's what it leads to, and it's not. just a cash grab. Because the other thing it could be is they saw that Poke MMO or whatever it is, where people do the competitive battles online, and they went, we want a slice of that. That's our property, we want money for that. And that's why they're doing it. I'm hoping it's not that side. I'm hoping it leads to all of our fans like these separate things, so let's make dedicated teams for these dedicated separate fans, and it leads to the games being better because of that, because they don't have to worry about, what if these fans don't like, just, that's what our game is, or, oh, we have that game if those fans don't like it, you know? I tend to be pessimistic about it, though. I worry that it's purely for financial gain, financial motivation. I need to catch one of these, but I don't want to spend forever here. I got 2 more trainers and then we can go beat Brock. I'm trying to get out of here. Make it its own little video, and then part 4 will be doing Brock, and I guess that's where I'll wrap it up for the day. I've got more games showing up. I got a Hyrule Warrior finally. Age of Calamity or whatever. The newest, the Tears of the Kingdom Hyrule Warrior game, whatever it's called. I got that one. It's supposed to be showing up today. And then I got a pretty good Switch bundle. I got 12 Switch games for like $150, $170, which seems like a lot, but you got to remember some of these games never go on sale because they're Nintendo, so they're just always $60 from the eShop. So when you consider that I paid $20 per game, that's pretty good. It's not too bad. No, I'd like to keep going. So, got It Takes Two. I'm excited to play that with a girlfriend. And then ARMS I've never played. It was part of the bundle. And I was like, oh, that might be fun to mess around with. One of the first games for the original Switch, showcasing the tech. Yeah, this one was like $150 and I paid like $20 in tax and shipping. And then I got another one that was like $250 for the same amount of games. So, and that one's got bigger stuff though. It's got like Monster Hunter Rise and Skyrim and Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8. Some stuff I have, some stuff I don't have, but none of it I have physical copies of, which I like having. So it'll be nice to have all this physical on top of digital. That way, when I'm out of download space, I don't have to sweat it. I can get rid of some of them. I make bad financial decisions. Me too, bro. Me too. I don't want to do that. Whoops. Run. Took the brother and his girlfriend out to lunch this weekend. That was fun. Got to see the nephew. Chubby little guy, 6 months. Or 5 months, I think. Getting close on 6 months. Should start crawling soon, I think. But, went to Hawaiian place. I got a katsu sandwich. Love me a good katsu sando. Girlfriend got a Pokeball that's still sitting in the fridge. She ate about half of it. Like, that fish is gonna go bad. You need to eat that.